Hi there, folks. My name's NovaWrap24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings-on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday, the 17th of April, 2022, and a happy Easter to everybody who celebrates. And if you do not, then I hope you've enjoyed the long weekend. Right, we're going to jump straight into it for an episode this week that is full of a wide range of news this week of some very interesting varieties in some cases. So let's jump straight into it with some aircraft releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator, starting with the team from SimWorks Studios, with them releasing their latest aircraft, their highly detailed rendition of the Vans RV14 and 14A. So the the Vans range of aircraft is known for being a home-built, kit-built, or factory production option, and famous for being a noticeably easy to fly, easy to learn how to handle aircraft for both cross-country touring and for aerobatics. It is known as one of the best kit aircrafts in the world today. This particular rendition of the RV14 and 14A gives us a highly detailed rendition of both the tail dragger and the tricycle undercarriage variants of the RV14, given to us with an exquisitely detailed, highly accurate 3D model both internally and externally, with custom flight physics and flight modeling based on real-life performance and tested by real-life RV14 pilots. For the RV14A, which is the tricycle undercarriage variant, it incorporates a free castering nose wheel with full support for not only base avionics, as well as full support for GTN 750 integration from both PMS50 and from TDS. Includes custom prop animations and propeller dynamics, with support for flutter that can be experienced by the aircraft from the prop wash. It includes a number of animation features, including weight-based visibility of co-pilot and baggage equipment in the cockpit, fully opening canopy, and fully functioning canopy ejection switch. I'm not 100% sure how that works in the sim, but I am fascinated and intrigued to find out. I really, really am. Full custom support for custom and night lighting for both internally and externally, with full support for Microsoft Flight Simulator, rain and icing effects, and a number of 3 generic factory standard liveries and 3 custom liveries for the community are all included. So you can pick up this amazing little Tourer and add it to your flight simulation collection for $19 US, or your regional equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing on with aircraft releases this week, this time from Sim Skunkworks. I always struggle with these two companies. I always get them too confused. Anyway, this week I saw the latest in their flying sled or manned missile releases, with the release of their rendition of the FR-104 G Starfighter. So, of course, for those who might not know, the team at Sim Skunkworks are known for their starfighters, having produced them previously for the legacy sims, having earlier released their TF-104 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They've now brought their FR-104G over into the new sim as well, with a custom highly accurate 3D model both internally and externally, custom dynamic drag index concept included, supported by the aircraft and the model. A number of the interior systems have all been modeled as best as they can be done within the limitations of the current sim, with custom flight dynamics modeling to give it as close as possible to the real aircraft. A custom sound set has been developed through real recordings of a real aircraft and fully supported with the WWise format. Includes a number of documents that you will need to be able to complete your flight successfully, including the original 700-page flight manual for the FR-104G as a bit of historical reference. Go back to the systems for a second. Includes a number of the navigation and ground mapping terrain avoidance systems have all been modeled, including full implementation of the inertial navigation Lytton LN3 system has also been included here as well, with a number of payload drop. When you change the payload in the aircraft, it will change the aircraft's performance. So again, great to see the team doing a high amount of detail with this release. So this one is available for $22 from your favorite flight sim retailer. I do just want to quickly touch on this developer. So this developer has been once again, sadly, been the victim, like many flight sim developers have been, of rampant piracy that seems to be creeping into our hobby at the moment. And they made an announcement shortly after release that they were freezing release to other retailers. And they seem to be moving towards an option of potentially only releasing on the Microsoft Store, as that seems to be as that is the store at the moment, the only one that offers full DRM, a good quality DRM solution for developers. So just a word to everybody: please support your developers out there, because the more the piracy hits us, then the less quality product that we are going to see as a greater community. So yeah, just a bit of a thing. I know I'm almost certainly preaching to the choir here, but it is just one of those things that I want to point out, that if we want to maintain access to some really, to amazing high quality product, then we have to make sure that we're supporting the devs that actually do produce such product. So anyway, get off my soapbox for a second here, and we'll pass that one. Otherwise, as I said, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer for $22 or your original equivalent. Available now. And another aircraft release, this time from developer Nemeth Designs. They've brought to life their rendition of the SIAI Marchetti S205-18 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this low-wing touring monoplane, all-metal monoplane, is a four-seater, so one pilot, three passengers. And this one, it is a tricycle gear undercarriage aircraft. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition of the aircraft, in both with an accurate 3D model, both internally and externally, with custom realistic flight dynamics based on real-world data. An aircraft that would serve in both civilian and military guises, so as both a trainer and as a communications liaison, and as I said, a cross-country touring aircraft. It comes with its usual 4K textures, all the usual stuff that we talk about. 12 liveries are included, with a custom high-definition sound pack, custom recorded for this aircraft. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now from Nemeth Designs. All right, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room for aircraft releases this week. Oh, dear. Okay, so latest release from Captain Sim there, slip of the tongue. So Captain Sim this week saw the release of their latest... Can we even call this an aircraft? I suppose we can. I suppose we have to. Okay, so this week we saw the release of the C-130 Captain product. Oh boy. Okay, so this is this is oh boy. So this is $15 from the Captain Sim store. This is a oh god. Okay, so this is an external model only. There is no virtual cockpit. Nothing. No avionics, no systems modeling, nothing. They didn't even bother doing, what they did with their previous releases of just, ripping 747 gauges and dropping it into a different airplane. They couldn't even be bothered doing that with this release. They literally just gave us a model with nothing on the flight deck. It is nothing. There's a viewpoint so you can sit in the cockpit, but it's a blank control panel. There is no gauges, no animations, no squat, no diddly squat. There is nothing there. If you want to fly it, you have to use the in-sim HUD overlay or fly it from the outside with said in-sim overlay. I just can't with this release. I really can't. So they claim that it's a highly detailed and accurate digital replica of the C-130E Hercules. Really? 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 No, not even close. Realistic animations. Who gives a shit when I can't actually use the flight deck? Custom camera views, so I can see that I can't see any gauges. To their credit, I will give them credit, and they say they upfront, and they say it on their product page that there is no virtual cockpit, exterior model only, but Why? From what I've as well as this, not only do we not have any avionics and no virtual cockpit, we don't even have a sound set. They've literally aliased. So this is bear this in mind here, folks. This is a C-130E, which is 4 Allison turboprops. Okay, they have used the sound set from the King Air, which is a twin-engine PT6. Last time I checked, 2 does not equal 4. And no, you can't just play the sound set twice to enable the sound of 4 engines. Like, this is an absolute shit show. The other thing I'd like to point out as well is that it is a digital replica of the C-130E Hercules, and it comes with 6 liveries, one of which is the Royal Air Force Zulu Hotel 887. Cool story, that's a C-130J. Just so you know. Like, what the actual fuck? I thought Captain Scam had sunk as low as they possibly could have done. Apparently, I was wrong. So, yeah, this steaming pile of shit is available from CaptainSim.net. Available now. Have fun! Moving on into another release for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week in the terms of bush trips and missions. So this FS Academy released their latest in their training series with the release of FS Academy Navigator. So this is so it's much like the previous FS Academy series. This is about combining ground school with a bush trip to embed some of the lessons that you learn from the ground school. It goes through your options of how to navigate cross country. So you get a number of different options to be able to go through different places around the world, whether it be in the UK, New Zealand, the USA. It gives you a couple of different experiences going through different air traffic control environments and different types of cross-country navigation. So this one, although it's not like the in-sim missions where they and flight school, where flight training, where it sort of assesses you on stuff, it's more about how to experience and embed some of the learning you get out of reading the ground school PDFs. So yeah, there's a couple of different factors, things to play here. But if you're wanting to get an experience and read up on how navigation is done, this might be something that you might want to consider picking up. So if you do want to add it to your collection, you can pick it up for $23 or your original equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Moving into the world of scenery releases now for Microsoft Flight Simulator from developer Simulations. So this week, the release of their rendition of Tromsø Airport in Norway. So this one in a fjord in Norway is a fairly busy regional airport and is a main hub for Windaros regional flights to Finnmark. Includes a number of ground sort of clutter and ground vehicles, static objects to bring the airport to life. All airport buildings accurately modelled and given us with high detailed PBR supported textures. Includes renditions of the airport as it appears in 2021 with custom terrain elevation data for the airport and surrounding areas. Includes the brand new terminal extension that was opened last year. Along with custom interior modelling of a number of the airport buildings with a variety of animated airport objects around to bring your airport to life. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $21 or your original equivalent, available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing on with airport releases this week from a developer Pilot Experience Sim. So this week, the release of Ajaccio Napoleon-Bonaparte International Airport, serving the French island of Corsica. So this highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appeared in, I believe, 2020 or 2021, gives updates gives all airport buildings modelled with full PBR texture support, custom terrain mesh and modelling for the airport and the undulations of the runway. Includes terminal and tower transparencies with a number of interior details supported, a number of custom ground support vehicles, and various airside clutter to bring your experience to life. Also includes, in terms of the runway lighting, includes as well as custom runway lighting and custom airport effects. Also includes the approach lighting in the bay as well, because much some of the approach lighting is actually on moored seabuoys. So if you are sort of coming in on the approach over the water, you will actually get the experience of seeing the lights in the water as well as the ones on the ground. So it's a nice little touch that actually sort of helps you support with this one. Includes correctly positioned pappies as opposed to the default one, along with correctly positioned windsocks as well. So if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $17 or your original equivalent, available now from Pilot Experience. Continuing on with airport releases again, this time from developer Mako Simulations. So this week, the release of their rendition of Cancun International Airport in Mexico. So this follows the release of larger airports in Europe over the years, and it represents almost a year's worth of work for the airport, bringing it to life as it appears in 2022, including updates to all the terminals, including the Terminal 4, which supports both modeling internally and externally. So all airport buildings are modelled and positions accurately placed, along with custom taxiways and custom ground textures and custom ground terrain mesh for the airport and all taxiways. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. The only thing I probably did notice that the imagery that it sits on looks could be a little bit cleaner, but overall, yeah, the actual the employment of the taxiways, the runway textures, and the building textures all look pretty damn good for flying out into a tropical destination. So if you wanted to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $16 or your original equivalent, available now from Mako Sim. Continuing on with airport releases from developer Northern Sky Studios. So this week, the continuation of their Hawaiian series of airports with the release of Princeville Airport on Kauai. So this was a small airport opened in 1977 as a sort of privately owned but GA focused airstrip servicing the island of Kauai. But he went into a lease during the 80s and 90s with the state government of Hawaii with the intention of adding it as part of their network of airports servicing all of the islands of the Hawaiian chain. However, the required demand for traffic did not eventuate, so it was returned back to private hands back in the late 90s. But it has recently, since 2019, actually returned to service with the beginnings of twice daily service to Honolulu International Airport. So once again, the airport has a regular air connection to the main islands. But however, it's beyond being a location for fixed wing and a sort of a fixed wing GA hub. It is probably more known for helicopter tours of Kauai and the surrounding islands, now operated by Blue Helicopters, as well as supporting a various number of private charter flights. The airport, as it appears, the airport is modelled as it appears in 2021, with full airport or all airport buildings accurately modelled, with custom airport ground clutter, airport vehicles to support your immersion in your island fantasies. Includes custom ortho photo for the airport and surrounding areas with custom models used throughout support, and overall looks pretty damn good and a nice little hopping point if you're hopping through the Hawaiian chain. If you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $8 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. Sticking with Microsoft Flight Simulator, moving to the world of landmarks now. So the team at FSDG continued on with their Landmarks of Germany series with the release of, and I'm sure I'm going to mess this up, Hesse and Thuringia for the states of Hesse and Thuringia. So this continues, as I said, this is the second of their Landmarks Germany series, where they're aiming to actually cover all the states of the Federal Republic of Germany with some key missing POIs that were missed as part of the Orbix World Update, to allow for VFR flyers to be able to look for the things that they would look for in real life. Includes over 1,500 individual modelled objects that have been hand placed in their correct positions around the two states, including dams, chimneys, antennas, solar parks, soccer stadiums, cooling towers, radar towers, and many, many more things. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now from FSDG. And rounding out the Microsoft Flight Simulator experience this week with, I'm not quite sure what to make of this one, but this is rather interesting. So this one is the Hogwarts Express train in Scotland for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so it is exactly what it says on the tin. It is the steam train that was co-opted and used as part of the Harry Potter movies, but is actually a real train that actually does do sort of tourist services in Scotland. It is it claims from the developer, it claims to be a highly detailed animation of the Hogwarts Express train travelling over the Glenfinnian Viaduct in Scotland. Of course, the Glenfinnian Viaduct was included as part of the UK World Updates. Includes train sounds, steam effects, 3D modelled rail track. Includes the scenery, includes both the train, the animated train, as well as the a custom rendition of Glenfinnian railway station. Full PBR textures used throughout, and the Glenfinnian monument next to Loch Shiel is also included. They also claim that they have a highly detailed interior model of the train engine and carriages. Not sure when you're going to see it, but apparently it is there. And again, a note that this train is an animation. It is not drivable. No, you can't go flying the train throughout the world. Sorry about that. It's on a time loop. It goes from the train station, or it goes sort of from the woods over the viaduct to the train station, disappears and restarts the loop again, just so you know. If you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $8 or original equivalent, available now from SimMarket. All right, moving out of the Microsoft Flight Simulator world and moving into the world of X-Plane now. So developer Vatavia released their latest aircraft this week. Thank you very much to community member Flight Sim Historian for the tip-off of this one. So this week, Vatavia, as I said, they released their rendition of the Short Stirling Marks 1 through 4. The Short Stirling is the sort of overlooked cousin of the Avro Lancaster, as the Short Stirling was actually the first operational 4-engine bomber that entered service with the Royal Air Force during the Second World War, and was considered to be an extremely advanced and formidable aircraft during its time. Originally, the first prototype was designed in 1938 and flew for the first time in 1939, and it went through a number of redesigns before entering service in 1941. So this particular highly detailed rendition of the aircraft supports 3 different versions. So supports the Stirling Mark 1, Mark 3, and Mark 4 with all of their different nuances and flight dynamics of each model. Includes custom PBR materials and textures used throughout, full VR supported internal virtual cockpit, custom FMOD sounds package with multi-stage engine sounds and a number of unique cockpit sounds. Includes basic automatic controls and Lorentz indicators and beam approach indicators. Notice this is not a just stick it onto a GPS hold and hope and get the airplane fly itself. It does not work like that in aircraft like this, and it's kind of cool that they limited the automation with that. Includes a number of toggleable crew figures, internal and external animations, as well as toggleable and removable armament stores on the aircraft as well. So you can, if you want to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $26 or your original equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. In terms of X-Plane, it's continuing with X-Plane 11 releases from our friends at Northern Sky Studio again. They saw this week the release of their rendition of Seward Airport in Alaska. So a state-owned public use airport, just northeast of Seward. So this airport gives us a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears around about 2019, and gives all airport buildings modelled with custom high-resolution textures, custom high-resolution ground and runway textures supported, a number of custom autogen buildings and forest mapping for the surrounding area as well, so not just the airport support. Also supports custom terrain mesh for the airport area and surrounds, and with a custom Ortho for XP overlay supported as well. Includes full PBR, as I said before, fully supported with World Traffic 3, and gives you a great place to land in Alaska. If you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $15 US or your regional equivalent, available now from explain.org. Moving out of the flight simulation world and moving into the world of the permanent way now for the World Train Simulator. Sorry, Train Sim World 2 saw this week the release of Horseshoe Curve, Altoona, Johnstown, and South Fork routes. So a contemporary rendition of the line servicing the Allegheny Mountains, I think. This one is brought to life now in Train Sim World 2 with a number of different freight hauling opportunities, as well as full renditions of this legendary American railroad, including the 1.8%, 2,500 foot long curve at Kitang Point. So this one includes a 40-mile or 64-kilometer route from Altoona to Johnstown in Pennsylvania. It also includes the 18-mile South Fork branch down to Windbear in Pennsylvania. Includes the GE's ES44AC in Norfolk Southern livery and the EMD GP38-2 also in Norfolk Southern. Includes a number of rolling stock also included with custom feature-rich driving cabs with accurate true-to-life performance of each of the trains. Includes a number of route tasks to be completed, training modules, as well as 5 detailed career scenarios are supported with this add-on. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $30 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Moving from the permanent way and moving on to the asphalt now for Fernbus Simulator. So this week, their latest vehicle add-on with the release of their top class DD luxury coach. I've got nothing to really say about this because the about was literally it's a high quality double decker bus and that's it. So not being a Fernbus Simulator driver, I'm not quite sure what to expect. But it says that apparently this coach combines luxury and with comfort on 2 floors. Despite its size, the top class DD is easy to operate and makes every journey a relaxing experience. We can but hope. So if you wanted to add this one to your experience, you can pick this one up for $15 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Moving to simulation of a very different kind now from Frontier Developments. So this week for Planet Zoo, their latest DLC released with the release of the Wetlands Animal Pack. So this pack gives a number of new highly requested animals across 7 habitat species and 1 exhibit amphibian, including the adorable capybara, the distinctive platypus, which basically means it's going to be an instant buy for me, and powerful water buffalo, along with a number of other animals supported. Includes new animations for various for these animals and more, and also includes a custom scenario to challenge your zookeeping skills. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $10 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And finally, rounding out the NovaWrap for this week, we returned back to the Mechanics Workshop with the release of the latest DLC for Car Mechanics Simulator 2021, with the release of their Hot Rod Remastered DLC. So this was actually a DLC that was originally released for Car Mechanics Simulator 2018, and it's been updated and brought across onto the new platform and the new engine. Includes 5 new cars, includes the all of which are made by Smith & Parker. You're looking at the Arizona Kid, the Eliminator, Old Daddy T, Outlaw, and Roadster. So if you're looking for some flame belching, rust sanding action, this might be the DLC for you. And you can pick this one up for $5 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that, folks, that does now round to the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and like to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by following me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWing24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.